This next little bit that I'm getting ready to do took me around the world. That's why I'm on this stage right now tonight, is this one thing. And I used to do this in Washington Square Park to make my dinner many, many years ago. So I always kept it in the routine because it lets people see the power of thought and the power of freestyle, all right? So I want you to dig into your pockets and find any item that you can find and just hold it up in the air. First few rows, I need you to hold shit up. Hold it up, get them up, get them up. Go ahead, I told you what, yo, son, I'm that style. You look like a child while you smoking black and mild. I told you, finally, brother, I'm going wild. When I start to spit it, you ain't gonna get me down. And every time that I spit it, brother, I'm blowing corners. And when I get thirsty, I'm sipping the Dunkin' Donuts. Every time that I spit it, brother, it's a donut. Yeah, I break that, brother, it's a donut. I told y'all, yo, when I step in the ring, stop the track right there.
Everybody out there, this is your homie Thomas J coming to you from the Urban Connect. We are here live at the Pier 6 Pavilion at the Word of Mouth Tour with Dilated Peoples, MC Supernatural, who just finished killing the stage. And we got Jurassic 5 and much more acts coming up later on. We got the interview exclusively with Dilated Peoples coming up later. Just make sure you behind me, they're getting ready for the rest of the show. Make sure you stay tuned. This is the Urban Connect. Let's go.
EV, Dilated, Evidence.
This is Rocker, Our Science, Dilated.
Okay, so you guys managed to sustain a lot of success in the underground hip-hop circuit. How has that transformed over the years since you guys began back in the 90s?
I mean, business is always going to change. There's a line of artistry that runs through it. The nature of the business has changed. It's a lot more online. It's a lot more outlets, a lot more independence. But our approach to it has been pretty consistent. We just make the music we want to make and what feels right, and let the business work itself out. I mean, we stay on top of it, but you can't always control the ebb and flow of things. So we pay attention to what it is and react accordingly.
Okay. So you guys talked about it feeling right. So this is the first album in 8 years. Directors of Photography, dropping on August 12th. So talk about kind of the vibe and how it kind of came about, because a lot of people have been asking where you guys have been. So how did it come to fruition?
I mean, we got off Capitol and we told people we were going to make solo records, and then we would follow up and make a Dilated record after that. And that's what we did. We started getting busy doing a lot of records, and I think our evolution of our solo careers, it just kept moving until it landed us here. I guess everything happens for a reason, but we started making a couple different times, but I don't know what the initial spark was, but once we got a few songs under our belt and started gaining momentum, it really started to happen. I've been saying it for a long time. It's like we didn't really need to make this album. It's something we wanted to do, and a lot of artists who do have success and then split up for a long period of time and come back and make a record. It's usually, to me, it's like a dangerous thing because some of it just never holds up to what the ideology of the way you used to look at them. I mean, even like sometimes it's tight, but like the fans have moved on and they're just in different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this kind of was like an organic type of thing. It just kind of came together, kind of happened.
Well, yeah, we started looking up at the studio, the old studio, not the big one, and just started banging out, and it started to feel right after a minute, and we were like, okay, it started going. Then the deal with Rhyme Series came, so it was like incentive, somebody wanted to do it. Not that we didn't have other options, but that was a good one. Yeah. So we started getting more momentum. Babel went out creating a lot of the sound of the original beats, and it gave us for the first time like a shape and a sound and an idea contained within ourselves, not having to get this producer or that producer or use our budget to get it, and it just felt good, and we kept moving until it was time to start adding other people like Alchemist and Ninth Wonder and Diamond D and Premier and Jake One, and all these people came in and blessed us, but we already had like a idea of how it was supposed to sound. So this one came together well, and like I don't think any of us would have put it out if we didn't really stand behind it at this point. When you don't need to waste people's time. We've all been doing well, and it's just like, this is something, if we're going to do it, we got to do it right. And it took, what I thought was going to take a few months, took almost 2 years to make. But once it came out really right. And now we're out here, promoting it and starting to get the word out. And then, we're finding different kinds of fans. There's ones that have been following everything we've been doing, and then there's ones who were dropped off in 2006, you know what I mean? And So it's like interesting on one hand, like veterans, and on the other hand, like brand new. You know,
so it's like a more diverse kind of group that you guys are building now, as far as the fan base is concerned.
I mean, we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as far as promoting the album, you know, we got the new single with Aloe Black, "Show Me the Way." How's that? It's about to hit radio every soon, or it's been kind of making its way in different markets already. How's that? How did that come about, and how you guys feel about the record? Aloe, talented artist.
I mean, he's been on a lot of our solo projects. Once again, you know, he was on Crown of Thorns, he was on Leo repeat, Cats and Dogs.
Yeah.
It's just from 2011 to 2014, he really took off. So now people are taking more note of it.
Okay.
You know, which is dope.
Yeah.
But he's a LA dude. He's a rapper first. You know, people don't know that. And I think it's doing well. Dilated on radio is like a weird thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's amazing, and everyone champions it when it happens. We'll just see how it works in today's game. But when you hear it, it stands out.
We stepped into it with the Good Is Gone video, the Good Is Gone song with Premier.
Okay.
And that was something maybe a little more traditionally tied into what the Dilated sound is aligned with. And I think that was a good way for us to really let our core fans know that we still rock it like that. But at the same time, to come out right after that and do this record produced by Jake One featuring Aloe Black, it also shows that, you know, the branches are stretching far. That we're able to do a lot more than just that, but we still have that line, that boom back line, and it's dope.
Okay. I think it's good songwriting. We wrote a good song.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have been on tour, the Word of Mouth tour. You know, we're now currently in Baltimore at the Pier 6 Pavilion, but you guys have been on tour for a while. There's a couple of more days left. So how has the tour been so far, and guys, what can people look to for the next couple of shows as you guys end it off?
It's been dope. It's funny, in different regions you can see, you know, just the climate of your group. You know, like the West Coast, big heavy awareness. Midwest, we're working hard.
Yeah.
Come to the East and the South and different places, and people fiending to get it because we don't come there that much. Mm-hmm. They were overhyped. You know, it's been dope. But it's Jurassic 5 20th year as a group, and they invited us back out, and some members of the Beat Junkies and Supernatural. We've just been going out, rocking it hard every night, whether the fans there know who we are or don't. We just put it on the line. We just rock it.
But the crowds themselves have been live. Like, the people have come to support. Everything's been good. Yeah, we appreciate it. It's been fun on that level for sure.
So how do you guys feel having the amount of success that you guys have been to have in the underground circuit but still remain relevant in hip hop? That's kind of a thing that's dwindling in nowadays. Now you got people coming, jumping in, one-hit wonders, making a hit record, and then they're gone the next couple years. But you guys have managed to stay consistent whenever you guys wanted to put out music. How was that so?
We were kind of lucky. We're blessed. You know, we were raised right. You know, we came into the game like the people that showed us how to do it. I think they had like a lot of strength behind them. You know, we come from that. Ev and I started as graffiti artists. You know, Babel being a DJ. It wasn't just a rap group. A bunch of rappers just got together and found a DJ and decided to rap. Like, we had an understanding of, I think, some depth on a different level. And, you know, it's also just that it's just will. Like, we take the time to figure out what the state of things going on around us is, and we kind of make we always make our music in a very natural, organic way. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we're aware of what else is on. So, you know, it could be something as simple as the fact that we take time to mix our stuff and master our stuff the same way that M or Snoop or Jay-Z would. You know, it's just the sound itself. So we can, you know, a lot of times when you back in the days especially, you would send your record to try to get played, and they would put it on, and it was just the fidelity of the record itself that, like, as soon as we put this record on, the energy drops in the room because it's mixed. You know, these other cats. So we invest in ourselves. We take the time. You know, Ev has bionic dog hearing. You know what I mean? Like, that helps. You know,
it's always good.
That kind of stuff. So, I mean, it gives us a little bit of freedom to do what we want to do if we present it in a way that can stand up next to anybody, and that helps us a lot too.
Okay, so last question. What can fans expect on August the 12th when the album drops? Sound-wise, you know, just how you guys going to go about it? What can they expect to hear on this record?
I think it was a conscious decision. Like, do we make, since we left off in 2006, do we make something that sounds like 2007, or do we make something that sounds like 2014? You know, it was like when we started shaping the record, to me it was a big concern. I think we made a conscious decision to make it a little more traditional in the sense of less hi-hats, not so many claps and finger snaps layered under the kick and the kicks and the snares. It was more like kick, snare, loop. We stripped it down.
Yeah, most simple.
Yeah, the most simple thing we could do, but still simple and easy all the time. You know, and so it's a really exposed record. All the elements are right there. It's not something as far as production that you just unravel. I think it hits you hard right off the top. But then the lyrics, you know, he stepped it up crazy.
Pen game.
Yeah.
Pen game nice.
Yeah. You know, and I was just like doing what I do, and between all of it, this is what we have. But I think it's our most consistent record in the sense of like, a lot of our albums have individual great moments. When you step back and look at all of it, it might not be like flush or consistent. This one, I really feel like it's consistently, it looks consistent throughout the whole gallery, and each individual painting is tight. And so like, not to say Expansion Team Platform, Neighborhood Watch, or 2020 weren't that, those were dope. This one just feels like kind of a resurgence back to the beginning. So I think people are gonna like it because it's honest.
I think it's also that you know, we also understood very clearly, being in the business as long as we've been in the business, that if you follow trends or chase style, I mean, just the nature of following a trend means you're behind it. The nature of chasing something is that you're behind it. So, you know, we're aware, like I said, of our environment. We're aware of what's going on. We know what other people are listening to, and at the same time, that gives us kind of a stronger sense of dedication to what it is that we want to do, whatever that happens to be. Though it's not that we have just one sound, it's just that we get in the studio and do what we want to do regardless of what's happening, but we're also aware of what it is too. So it's almost like, you know, you don't have to train in every style, but if you're a fighter, but it's good to be aware of what else is out there, because you know, people might throw something at you haven't seen before, but you know, stick to your fundamentals and just push those to the highest level. And I think that served us well. Like, there's no, people think there's a dilated sound, and when you try to describe it, it's hard to really narrow down what that sound is.
Can't be boxed in.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just honest. We make the music that we want to make and move accordingly, and I think that's what really allows us to exist in 92 or 2002 or 2000. Actually, we weren't putting out records in 92, but if we were,
right, that would still be relevant,
right? 2000s, whatever it is, like
2022,
yeah,
right?
If that's what we want to do, we're still going to have the same approach to make the best music. When it feels right, we know it, and then we push. And the fact that we weren't forced under contract or under a deadline, or, you know, someone's like, we already sent the check, where's our product? You know, there's none of that in any way really associated with the record. Like, any deadlines we set for ourselves, or anything we wanted to do, the length of the album, the people that are on it, like, everything is very natural and organic, and that's how we like it.
We respect it, man. We appreciate you guys taking up the time. Directors of Photography coming out August 12th. Heard it here from Dilated Peoples. We signing out.
Love.